Suzanne Malveaux also caught up with Senator Clinton for some one-on-one conversation. Suzanne joins us now live from Nashua. Suzanne?
John, they are definitely tweaking this campaign and the strategy as well. They are talking about it. It's not words, but action. She says it's not rhetoric, but results. Clearly, there are two things that they're responding to. One is the loss out of Iowa. The other one is that critical debate that happened yesterday, which we will rebroadcast. It was quite contentious at times. At times, she was rather strong. There were other times she was ganged up upon. So I asked her about both those things. Senator Clinton, thank you so much for joining us. Last night, there was a moment in the debate. Senator Edwards joined Senator Barack Obama in trying to characterize you as the status quo, then being the agents of change. You responded very strongly, even a flash of anger. In light of the fact that this campaign has been so much about likability, do you think that helped or hurt you?
Well, I'm passionate about change, and I did respond very passionately because I've been a change agent. I don't just talk about it, I actually have done it. And I want the voters to know the differences among us. And I thought the debate last night began to draw the contrasts. You know, I'm against the status quo. I've been fighting George Bush and the Washington Republicans for a very long time, and were sometimes some lonely fights back, you know, when I was taking on the health insurance industry to try to get to universal health care, taking on the drug industry to try to get them to test drugs to be sure they were safe for kids, and so much else. And, you know, I want people to know that I'm a fighter, that I'm not just out here making a speech, I'm not just out here shaking hands. I am out here to make it clear that I will get up every day and work my heart out to make the changes that America deserves to have. And sometimes I'm going to have to take on some pretty tough interests and to fight back, and I want people to know that about me.
Governor Bill Richardson, he joked about it and said that he'd been in hostage negotiations that were more civil than last night. But in all seriousness, what do you want the voters to know about your temperament as a leader?
That I am a very clear-headed and effective decision maker who evaluates what we need to do and brings people together to come up with the ideas and the plans and then execute them. But that I also am someone who will stand up and fight back, because we need a president who will fight for the American people. You know, about 10 years ago, I wrote a book called It Takes a Village to Raise a Child, and I had a chapter in there entitled Every Child Needs a Champion. Well, I think the American people need a president who's their champion. We've got to get back to really fighting for the American people and fighting through the changes we need to make and restoring our position and our pride in our country.
And John, I also asked her about Iowa. What happened in Iowa with name recognition, the money also being from the neighboring state of Illinois? What was the problem there? She essentially said, look, she is not looking back. She is only looking forward.